from Le Chene.
Yes, madam.
Okay, and not only did you host all of the hors d'oeuvres, but you supplied the wine from your own vineyard.
From the famous guy, Juan's
Red.
Juan's Red.
Okay, so is this a blend?
This is a blend. This is a blend of Sangiovese, Zinfandel, Cabernet Sauvignon.
Because of the size.
I'm sorry, I'm lost now. Cabernet Sauvignon, Grenache, and Tanat.
Okay.
5 different grades.
Okay, and this is from 2011.
2011.
Okay, was that a good year?
You have to taste it. I think it's wonderful. You did taste it.
I did.
What do
I
you
think it's excellent. It's
Okay.
right there
Yeah.
with the beautiful hors d'oeuvres. It's excellent. It has a real
love it.
nice.
It goes well with food and growing in agua dulce.
Yeah.
Most of it. These ones, few of them are for somewhere else.
Okay.
Great wine.
Perfect. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so Juan, you are now serving the hors d'oeuvres.
Yes. Show me the most beautiful people in agua dulce.
Oh, they are the most beautiful, and boy, do they help out.
You have brie?
Brie, sir? No thanks.
Each of you, your names. Okay, what is your name?
Manuel?
Manuel, Juan, Adrian,
Edison?
Edison, Amadeo. Very good. Thank you very much for all your work.
Mozart?
Adonis.
It's like we just did this, but here we are. My name is Chene Fernandez. I am currently the president of the Friends of the Acton Agua Dulce Library. I paid that table to clap. I am honored to host this event and thrilled that you are all here to celebrate with us. For those of you that are wondering, who are these friends? You know, what is this group? You know, are they some gossipy old ladies that sit around and knit and drink tea and wine? Well, you're getting my punchline. Well, yes, you know, we do that, but we also own businesses, we work full-time, we ride wild horses, we drink wine and whiskey, and we smoke a few cigars. And guess what? There are a few men in our organization too. So if you'd like to join us and have a lot of fun like we do, you know, grab any one of us. We all have our name badges on tonight. We'll be happy to tell you about our group and how much fun we have. So the Friends. Okay, the Friends is a 501(c) registered non-for-profit organization. We promote books. We promote the sale of books, the reading of books, the gifting of books, and the exchange of books. When you go out these double doors, immediately to your left is the Friends bookstore. We sell used books. You can buy a book for $1, and then when you come back, you can bring it back. We'll recirculate it. It's a great way for us to make funds. The other thing that we are really big on, and it is part of our mission statement, is literacy. We promote literacy in our community, be it amongst our children, be it amongst people that do not speak English as a primary language, be it adults. We do anything we can for literacy. And how do we do this? We do this by all of our programs. And our programs, the Friends have their own programs, but what we love doing is working with the county and the library and enhance the programs that they have currently running. That seems to be where we have the most success. Speaking of programs, one of our most successful programs that we ever had is our Celestial program. This program has been running for 4 years. It all started kind of at a grand opening. We submitted for a grant from Southern California Edison, and we won. We won $25,000.
Wow.
So this is what funded us for 4 years. Also, what it did, we purchased a phenomenal telescope. We have the telescope out on the patio that you can all go out and take a look at it. Along with the program, we purchased iPads. And we've got a program on the iPad so that when you hold it up to the heavens, what it will do is it will plot out the stars for you and it'll tell you what you're looking at. So we've got that set up out there, so I encourage you to go out and take a look at that. I would like to give a shout out, and this lady is going to be like, oh my God. I'd like to give a shout out to Gail Joyce. It was because of Gail that she was instrumental. She was instrumental in writing up that grant, submitting it, and us getting that award. Woo-hoo, Gail. Okay, moving right along.
Thank you.
We submitted for another grant. And we just got awarded that grant. This grant is for $2,500. And it will be used this year for our STEAM program. So, okay, what is STEAM? Some of you are asking. I'm sure most of you, because you're a knowledgeable crowd, know what STEAM is. It's science, technology, engineering, arts, and music. Huge program. We're running it in conjunction with our library. You're going to hear a little bit more about this later. If you really went and took a look in the library, like we were hoping you would all do, you would have seen some little robotic creatures over there. This is going to be a huge program which our library manager is really pushing, and it's really doing well. I'm sure he's going to be talking about it. The robots are there for you to play with. You know, we can turn them on, and after you've had a couple glasses of wine, it could get interesting. So please go out there and take a look at that. And here's another shout out to Kat Fendino. Kat is our Vice President of the Friends.
Yay, Kat!
She is the one that wrote the grant for us so that we were able to achieve it and win it. So, woo-hoo, Kat. Okay, moving along. I'm sorry, I have notes, but you know, I'm trying not to look at them too much. Okay, so during the second half of our program, you know, I mentioned Kat was our Vice President. We are going to introduce all of the board members. And they are going to say a few words to everyone. It might be kind of interesting because we've all been drinking, so don't leave early. It could be the big entertainment of the night. Also, if you haven't heard, but I know Molly has done a great job of it, we are having a raffle tonight. It is that beautiful 40-inch Samsung TV. It is a smart TV.
Wow.
This event here tonight is not a fundraiser. It is a celebration. We're celebrating 5 years of this gorgeous facility. However, the Friends have never been bashful about asking for a little bit of money. So, you know, please feel free to open up your wallets. Also, you can practice your penmanship by writing out a check. Penmanship, that's something of the past. With texting, nobody has penmanship anymore. So those of you that are sitting here, I know so many of you have been very, very generous to our organization in the past, and we are profoundly grateful. It has helped us do so many things. All of the money we collect does go back into our programs. We hold a phenomenal Dr. Seuss program every end of February, beginning of March. I think March 1st is Dr. Seuss's birthday. So we always hold a huge party. It is attended by 100 children, I swear, under the age of 5. So, you know, we all take a little bit of, you know, medication before, but it works out really well. And it is one of our highlights. We love it. So many of our friends and our volunteers come and help us. It's a great program. Also, a lot of the funding we use at the end of summer, usually in August, we have an ice cream social for the children. And it kind of culminates the summer reading program. The library here puts on a great program in the summer to keep our children reading. And again, we're promoting literacy, right? So this is something that we thoroughly enjoy doing. Okay, I'd like to make a few introductions. I know you're sitting here like, God, she's long-winded. We're going to make a few introductions, and then we're going to turn this over. We did invite Supervisor Antonovich to come this evening. Unfortunately, you know how he is, he's got a busy schedule, but the county did present us with this beautiful certificate acknowledging that the library has been open for 5 years. We will have this framed and it will hang in our friend's room where we have our original certificate. So, you know, thank you for the county for that. Okay, here we go, introductions. First, I'm going to start off with John Elford. John is our new library manager. John's first year with us here in Acton, Agua Dulce, but he and his lovely wife Katie do live in the Antelope Valley, so they're very familiar with the area. John, before coming here, he was out at the big library in Lancaster, the one that stole Valerie. Oh. But that's okay. That's okay. They can have Valerie because she gave us John. John is going to talk to us a little bit later about a lot of the programs with the library. So please make a point to go up and say hi to John. He's just a hoot. I also wanted to mention Amanda Kane. Amanda couldn't be here tonight, but she's our new children's librarian. She is phenomenal. I mean, this woman is so creative with the programs that she puts on. You will see them advertised in the Country Journal, in our local newspapers. You'll see them all on our electronic bulletin board. I encourage you, even though they're for the children, do come, because she can always use some volunteers to help out. And they are fun. They are fun. So again, you know, Amanda Kane is her name, and you will see her running around the library. Here is another one that doesn't realize she's going to get introduced, but she is our own Lillian Smith. Oh. We all know our dear Lillian as the owner of our wonderful Country Journal, but what you may not know is that Lillian is one of the founding members of the Friends organization. Yes. Thank you, Lillian, for all you do for us. She promotes us incredibly. We're profoundly grateful. And by the way, the Friends group, somebody under Lillian, correct me if I'm wrong, the Friends group was in operation at least 5 years before the library was even here. Yes. I mean, it's because of the Friends group that this library is here. The Friends went up to Sacramento and petitioned and said, no, you are building a library in Acton, Agua Dulce. And voila, here we are. And one of the neat things about it is they let the community be such a part of this. I mean, I know like Sandy Matson sitting out here, she was a great part of bringing the artwork in and picking out the colors, you know, as well as, you know, Peg Spry as well, you know, was so instrumental in bringing this library to fruition. And it's a great meeting place, it's a great central place for our community to gather. Okay, are you enjoying that food and wine?
Oh, yes.
We are.
I'll come back.
We gotta take her over here. Okay, I would like to send out a huge Gala size, and I can see him way over there, a huge Gala size thank you to Juan Alanso from Chene.
Oh, good. Here it comes.
Don't know. Juan is the owner and the chef over at Chene Restaurant in Agua Dulce. He has provided all of the appetizers and the wine for us this evening. That wine is his own wine from his vineyard that Juan's bred. Unbelievable.
And the wine too.
He was he was very gracious in working with us for this event. Juan, thank you so much. We're so appreciative.
Thank you very much.
By the way, tomorrow is Sunday, and Chene has a great brunch, so you know, why don't you just continue on and have a little bit more at brunch tomorrow. Okay. Last and certainly not least, we have some phenomenal entertainment here for you tonight.
Oh, we do.
We have Sharon Roberts and her Avalon 39 Trio. Sharon is an experienced actor on stage, a voiceover artist, a jazz vocalist performer, and her biggest call of fame, she lives in Acton.
All right.
Kudos.
Congratulations.
Joining Sharon are Al, and I'm gonna Tomatoes, okay, thank you. On piano, Dan Trapp on bass. They will perform 2 sets for us this evening, so don't leave early, we've got a lot coming. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Sharon, and thank you all so much.
1, 2, 3.
My skin, I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, it's really a part of me. I got you all under my skin. Oh, I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and it seems that I can only know you when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek.
My name is John, I'm the library manager here. Excuse me, I am Valerie's replacement here. First of all, thank you all for coming. It's so nice to be part of a community that actually supports the library. It's amazing to have you all here, so thank you. Jane asked me to come up and talk about programs a little bit, and I would love to do that. But first, I want you to think back to your childhood. Maybe you were 11 or 12 years old, that library that you would walk into probably had the old librarian. She probably wore glasses. The glasses probably had a little chain on them. She probably did this, shh, every time you made some noise. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Things have changed a little bit. We get these flood of kids in the afternoon, and they're not quiet. They love the library. They like all the books. They like the stuff that we do. But they are not quiet. And we try and keep them quiet a little bit. But the idea is to keep them busy instead of shushing them, because that's kind of a mean thing to do. So we have a lot of these programs. Most of our successful programs, like the Dr. Seuss birthday, the Celestial events, the Halloween carnival that we just had a ton of people in here. These are huge successes, and they wouldn't be as successful as they are without the Friends group. In fact, we wouldn't be able to do them at all without our friends. I think we would have one program a month without the Friends group, which is ridiculous. So thank you to the Friends. Most of the stuff we've been doing, you can see. You can play with the telescope out back. You can play with the little robots in the library. And we encourage you to do that. These things are here for you to touch and experience and turn them on and actually play with the little controllers. And it's so much fun to do. And imagine when you were younger, instead of getting shushed, imagine walking into this place and playing with those toys and having a great time. It's a totally different experience nowadays. So we really want to encourage all of our customers, not just the kids that I talk about, but all of our customers to come in and play and experience and talk to us and use the library for what it was meant to be. What else do I want to say here? Let's see. I do want to encourage all of you to wander around the building tonight. And if you want to, only if you want to, turn on the telescope. Yeah. We do have these books that you can check out if you want. Play with the telescope a little bit. Try and look for something in the sky. We plugged everything in. The iPads are out there. We just want to see you experiencing what we have to offer. It is a wonderful experience, and you're all here to support the library. I want you to know what it's like to be in here and have a good time. So please do that for us. And that is about all that I have to say, truly. So I'll pass the microphone to Jane. And thank you all again for coming.
Okay, thank you, John. Well, guess what? It's time for dessert. If you're still hungry, there's still a lot of food out there. We do encourage you, as John said, to wander around. A while back, we started a program called Shelf Plaques, where you could put your name on a shelf. So if you've done that, we encourage you to go find your shelf. If you'd like to still purchase your nameplate for a shelf, we'd be happy to do that for you, take your order. So again, we encourage you to really wander through the library, see the facility, do go out onto the patio, play with the telescope, well maybe not play with the telescope, but play with the iPads, do play with the robots. John has told me that you cannot destroy the robot. So, even though we've been drinking, he said you can't. So he's got them sitting on the tables, there's 2 of them. And he told me a 12-year-old child made one of them. Wow. So if a 12-year-old child can make a robot, I think we need to go back there and figure out what these kids are doing. Lift it off of the table and put it on the floor, because when they get going, they're going to go flying off the table. So, but John will go back there. He'll make sure that everything is turned on for you, and play with the robots. Eat some more of Juan's great food, drink his wine, and I made a few desserts I thought maybe you'd like. So there's some desserts there. Lee's got some great coffee and iced tea and water. Anything you need, if you're not seeing what you want, let us know. We'll try to get it going for you. So, be back in here about 9 o'clock. Sharon is going to, again, have a second set for us. And then after that set, the board is going to come up, and we are going to have some words for you. And then after our words, then we are going to draw for that big TV. I hate to tell you, I'm going to win, so, but still. Okay, so do enjoy yourselves, wander around, and we'll see you missing one individual tonight. But my Vice President, Kat, had a great idea. She wanted each one of us to read a few words. So we're going to start off. I'm going to start off with Kat Bendino. Kat is our Vice President. I hate to say she's just the Vice President. She's my right hand, she's my left hand. She sweeps up behind me, behind everybody. Whenever you feel like, oh my gosh, oh my God, I forgot to do this. And you're like, no, Kat did it. She's the PR, she's membership. Kat is everything. Kat, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Libraries store the energy that fuels the imagination. They open up the windows to the world and inspire us to explore and achieve, and contribute to improving our quality of life. Libraries change lives for the better. It's a quote by Sidney Sheldon.
When we started this year off, our secretary said, sorry, I'm no longer going to be able to work with you. It was Dee Fernandez. Dee worked with us for many, many years. We love Dee. She just had so much going on in her life, and we're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Secretary, huge position. So Lee Jennings says, how about Ramona Hall? So Ramona joined us. She came in so graciously. She stepped in like she's been here forever. The centerpieces tonight were done by Ramona Hall. How beautiful are these? She is the decorator queen. I'm going to turn it over now to our dear Ramona for a few words.
Thank you. At the moment that we persuade a child to cross that magic threshold into a library, we change their lives forever, for the better. It is an enormous force for good. By Barack Obama.
All right.
Okay, then when we started the year off, I'm looking, where are you? Oh.
There you are.
See what if you glasses on. Our treasurer. Okay, we came across a new year. We kind of shift chairs a lot. But we had an empty chair, and it was a big chair. It was the treasurer. Oh my God, what were we gonna do? We needed somebody that knew how to balance the checkbook. Don't look at me. We needed somebody that we could say, you know, we need checks, and we need to make sure that all of our filings were done so we could keep our 501(c) status. And I thought, I know somebody. And we needed a little bit of different flavor on the board. It was kind of feminine. So we're like, how about if we had a man join the board?
All right.
Well, I knew the perfect person, and it was Lou Milady.
All right,
Lou's been treasurer of so many organizations. He keeps us on the straight and narrow. One of the things I never told him was how many times we were going to ask him to write out checks. He's like, you need a check again? Anyway, he designed a phenomenal accounting system with multiple signatures to keep us legitimate. So Lou is phenomenal, a great addition to our board, and I'm going to turn it over to him for a few words.
All right, Lou.
Actually, it's not quite right what she said. She actually ganged up on me with a bunch of other people. Anyhow, literary outranks any other one thing the community can do to benefit its people. A never-failing spring in the desert. Andrew Carnegie.
All right, Lou.
Okay, rounding out the executive committee of the board. Well, this individual has been involved in absolutely everything, everywhere, anyway. Well, of course, who else could it be but Lee Jennings, okay? Lee is involved in so many of our community activities. She has so much experience. She was a past president of this organization many, many years ago. We actually rewrote the bylaws because we wanted to create a position called board advisors. Some of the people, like myself, have not been in this organization as long as others, and there's a lot of things I don't know. So we created a position of board advisor, and there definitely was nobody else that was more suited for that position than Lee Jennings.
All right.
Libraries allow children to ask questions about the world and find the answers. And the wonderful thing is that once a child learns to use a library, the doors to learning are always open. Laura Bush.
Okay, so on our board, what remains next are our directors, basically our directors at large. And then each year as we go through nominations, we determine where those directors need to focus. Our biggest one of our biggest, well, we have many big ones, but one that you've heard us talk about a lot is the director of programs. There is no other person more qualified for this than our Judy Bartlett. She has been involved so many years in various organizations. She comes up at the beginning of every year, she'll call a meeting and say, look, these are the programs I think we should get involved in. She'll have meetings with the library manager, she'll have meetings with the children's librarian, determine what their focus is for the year, and then put together programs where we need to focus our attention. I'll turn it over to our dear Judy.
All right, Judy.
Whatever the cost of our libraries, the price is cheap compared to that of an ignorant nation. Walter Cronkite.
We could never pull off all the things that we do here without our volunteers. We have our Director of Volunteers, Molly Hudson. Molly has done such a great job with our volunteers. I can't even tell you. On top of that, she runs our annual used book sale. Who hasn't been to the book sale? Yeah. Huge program for us every year. It's one of our major fundraisers. Molly does a phenomenal job at that. I don't know what we would ever do without our Molly. And she does it with such humor.
She's not very bright. If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. Cicero.
Yes.
I would add a cleaning lady.
What did I tell you about that humor? Unfortunately, we do have another member that she could not be here tonight, Liliana's son. Lily is very important to us. She is the director of our bookstore. She keeps that bookstore manned with individuals. She is instrumental in everything. She's kind of like that little mouse behind the scenes that just is involved in everything, but never wants to draw attention to herself. So if you ever do see her, do give her a shout out. As I said, she couldn't be here tonight. And myself, I am going to give a little bit of reading here. I've done enough talking. Okay, here's mine. Outside of a dog, a book. Is anybody surprised I'm reading about a dog? Outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Groucho Marx.